What's up, YouTube? Southern Comic Geek coming to you with another haul video. Yes, we got my new comic book, uh, book day books, comic book day books. So by the time you see these are actually going to be last week's comic book, and then I do some reviews, picked up some other stuff, including a couple of toys. So if you want to see what I picked up today, stay tuned for the video. Now, before we get into all of this comic book goodness, go ahead and smash that like button, hit the subscribe button, as well as the bell notification. So when videos like this one drop ever so randomly, you are one of the first people to know and can make the conscious decision as to whether or not to watch it now or later. As long as you watch it, we appreciate you. Talking about people we appreciate, how about the list of channel members, people that are supporting the channel through that monthly membership? And of course, that membership has benefits, which we'll talk about in a second. But appreciate those for joining. And if you are interested in joining either or both of the YouTube and Patreon channel memberships, the links are in the description below. Now, one of the benefits is the monthly giveaways. And this month, we're going to be giving away an ASM 252 8.5 newsstand, first appearance of the black costume. So if you are interested in trying to make that have a happy home with you, then all you have to do is to be a member of one or both, because for every membership you get 10 entries to win, or because some do all, right? Like Scarecrow said, some go this way, some go that way, and some go both ways. But anyways, that has a lot more meaning today than what it used to. I digress. But so when we have live shows or premieres during the month of November, you can do a super chat. For every $1 super chat, we will give you one entry to win. And there you go. Whereas a channel membership, you don't have to be live in order to do that. You can be watching this pre-recorded video and just say, yeah, let me go ahead and do that channel membership. And as long as you're a member at the time, the first part of December, when I take the membership roll, you'll get in and we'll spin it to win it. So let me show the toys first before I get into that. So I was this close, counted this close. I don't know if that's microscopically measurable, but I was pretty close of getting the retro Masters of the Universe. And then I was like, man, that Battle Cat from the Revelations show looks so dope. So then I was like, but I can't get the retro. If I get that, maybe I should just get Bo, because the retro was actually on sale. I was like, no. Oh, geez, come on. All right, dial it back a little bit. So I did not leave empty-handed, though. I picked up Blur. I've been wanting to get Blur. I was wanting to get Blur for a while, but just been passing over him. Always been something else to pick up, so I went ahead and picked him up. And similarly, not as long, but similarly, I had looked at this Armored Batman. I was like, nah, let me. And he just kind of grew on me as I was continuing to look, because I'm thinking the Dark Knight Returns type of work with that. So I said, yeah, all right, let me go ahead and pick it up. And it seems like it was on sale, because it was like $15 and some change. Usually they run $19. So I'm not sure what happened there, but I'm not going to look a gift horse in the mouth for sure. All right, so let's talk about some comics. Let's talk comics. How'd that go, bearded comic bro? All right, Suicide Shark, King Shark. Tim Seeley writes this. Tim Seeley has done several series that I have liked, including the last Bloodshot series. And it's been fun. They're trying to get this girl, and she keeps turning her back on King Shark as he is going through and fighting all of these characters, even to the point to where she's getting romantically involved with one of the people that he's going to end up fighting. And he doesn't like singing Baby Shark, and they don't want to get copyrighted. So they keep, just calling in or like taking little blurbs from it or whatever. But it's been kind of a fun little romp. It's on issue 3. I'll probably go all the way with 6. Dr. Aphra, number 16. So we're past War of the Bounty Hunters, going into Crimson Reign, I think's the name of the next series. I wasn't picking up Aphra before the War of the Bounty Hunters, and I started picking it up and kind of like the dynamic between Doc Afra and uh, is it Santa Staros, who had pretended she was married to Han Solo. And yeah, so it was kind of fun. We'll see if I continue to pick it up. The interesting thing as far as relates to Star Wars is, of course, that Dark Horse is back printing Star Wars books, not the Marvel ones, but the IDW ones. So IDW lost the license, which is really bad for them. IDW is not fiscally in good shape. So if they were to lose, say, the next big one like TMNT or Transformers, that could really be devastating. How could they possibly lose Transformers? Well, who's doing part of other Hasbro stuff? Boom is now. So it's easy or conceivable that Boom could get the other licenses. And TMNT would be a big boost for Boom, I think. It'd be a good chance to hit that reset button and actually go back to the core, go back to its roots. But we'll see. But excited that Dark Horses kind of got back some of the deal. Hopefully they'll revive some of the magic that they used to have with the Clone Wars when they were doing all those books. Moon Knight #5. I typically go with the McNiven covers. I believe this is the A cover. The art inside is respectable. It's not the best. It's certainly not the worst. The artist is Alessandro Capucciano. Kind of reminds me of Robbie Rodriguez that did Spider-Gwen and stuff. But yeah, it's an interesting story. He keeps going back and forth between Mr. Knight and Moon Knight, which I think he's going to do in the series. That's probably why he's doing it here. And he is trying to come to grips with what he is and trying to be a better person. Yeah, it's an okay read. Dark Ages #3. I seen a cover that I liked on #2, so I went back and got #1 and 1 and 2, and it's one of these apocalyptic type futures. In this particular case, Apocalypse is leading the charge to try to turn the power back on, so to speak. A lot of the heroes are dead. A lot more have since died, even through this one right here. And yeah, it's interesting. I think Tom Taylor does a really good job on Apocalyptic Tales. He did Deceased and some of the subsequent follow-ups to Deceased. And I mean, overall, he does a good job. He's kind of an idiot on some other things, but that's neither here or there. Blue and Gold. I have been enjoying this little romp between Blue Beetle and Booster Gold. Very limited in reading of previous exchanges between those two characters. I got the couple of Justice League titles when Superman died, so both of them were on that team at that time. But other than that, really not a lot of back and forth. But they're kind of like a Quantum and Woody type buddy hero bunch, and one is overly braggadocious, and then the other one tries to be a little more level-headed, but a lot of things don't go his way. The other interesting thing with me on this is how they integrate like the social media aspect, and they show what other people are saying. And you just, in my mind, I just can see this really happening as people are watching stuff. So it's funny to me. Dan Jurgens is writing it. So, he's pretty solid. I think he's doing some of the art as well. If you're not picking this up, it's halfway through with this. Got Batman 117. So this is the end of Fear State. This is one of the connecting covers. Thank you, DC, for saving me a little money, because I was originally getting all the A and the B covers, the card stocks. Now I get the Bermejo card stocks because they're just such fire. And then these are the connecting ones. These are the reason why I got these as opposed to the A and paid that extra money. But anyhow, kind of a lackluster end. I liked the end. I liked how things came down to the wire. Not that they've never done that before, but I feel I liked it, but I was expecting a lot more, because I was thinking, like with Fear State, I was just imagining that it was going to be a much grander scale of showing. Maybe originally it intended to be. I got all of the tie-ins in the Bat titles because I was already getting them anyway, so I wasn't getting anything out of the way. But it just seemed like it's kind of like a Donny Cates story. A lot of build up, not a lot of return for it. And I probably attribute a lot of that to Tynion moving on. He's on to his own stuff. He's still doing the something is killing the children and all the other kind of stuff. And I kind of attribute it to that. I feel like he's just kind of mailing it in, doing the typical Batman story where at the end of the day, Batman wins and everybody's happy. Ready for Joshua Will Williamson, which I think is the next issue. Because he starts 118. Yep. So I'm ready for Joshua Williamson to be on there and looking forward to good things there. Talking about Tom Taylor, Nightwing. So I originally did not pick up Nightwing, even though he was one of the Bat, characters, if you will. I picked up Red Hood and the Outlaws, but didn't really never pick up Nightwing. Really kind of the character is growing more on me as Nightwing. Obviously, back in the day, I had him as being Robin and stuff, and then in the main Batman title is Nightwing. But I've even gone back and picked up some Teen Titans stuff. The Robbie Rodriguez is on the art on this, and sometimes he's just, to me, he's hit or miss. And I think it works mostly with this particular series, or at least with this issue. Tom Taylor, I mentioned earlier, he is the one that is writing this, and I am liking it. I like the fact that it looks like they're putting Batgirl or Barbara Gordon Batgirl back with Nightwing, which I really liked. So it looks like they're kind of going that way. But yeah, this is the Fear State wrap up. So this kind of fits in with the Batman 117. So parts of the end of this are in the first part of that Batman. Again, Fear State really didn't deliver all that great, but then we got X-Force. This is issue 25. I don't know if X-Force is going to get a reset. I know that a lot of the X titles are ending. They will restart. Have no fear. But this has been one of the more solid books. A lot more action in this book. Ben Percy has been on the writing. He's also been doing Wolverine, which has been another one of the solid books since House of X, Powers of 10. Anyway, in this one, Quentin Quire breaks up, and I think there's more. There's a lot more to it than what she's letting on. But one of the Cuckoo girls, is it Phoebe? Yeah, Phoebe breaks up with him in the end, which was interesting because I feel like there's more to it than that. Wolverine surfing, yeah, okay, whatever. And of course, then they infiltrate into there and steal the babies at the end. So what is all of this about? We shall find out. Suicide Squad number 9. So this is one of those titles, had Legion of Comics, Mark from Legion of Comics, not suggested it to me, I wouldn't have picked it up. I'm picking up enough books, especially for a reoccurring book and for a book with characters that I really don't have any connection to. Okay. So it has Bizarro Superboy, Noctera, I can't remember that guy's name, Ambush Bug's on there, which really adds, it's very Deadpoolish. Like, I think Ambush Bug actually came out before Deadpool, but it's very Deadpoolish type. And then one of the Talons is in there. And of course, Peacekeeper was originally in there, and now they're going more out into the DC universe, meeting up with the Green Lanterns in this particular issue, which I thought was interesting. But yeah, it's just been one of those just fun reads. Not a lot of like groundbreaking, ground shaking, changing things happening here that I know of, at least as of yet. But it's just a little fun read. It's one of those team books, like Savage Avengers was originally for me, that or Hellions, which is another one of the X titles that I actually like. The Hellions, you put this eclectic mix of people together, and you go, This is going to be interesting to see how the writer can make them work, because they're not the Nightcrawler, Wolverine, Colossus, Storm. You could see them working because they've worked so well for all these years. But some of these people that they've plucked here, plucked here, plucked here, and then put them together, it's kind of hard to get that dynamic to work sometimes in a team title. The benefit of a team title is that somebody might be a fan of just one or two of the characters and don't have to be a fan of the entire book. But to get the team when they're that different of a mix, because I haven't picked up the Suicide Squads in the past. It's just this one. So it's been fun. It's been a fun read. Now, let's talk about some books that I got from SD Rum over on Instagram. We got TMNT Flaming Carrot from Mirage Studios, issue number 1. Like picking up this random TMNT goodies like this. Found a Bloodshot number 1 on the cheap. No, got to have a little more chromium Barry Windsor Smith goodness. We got Hulk number 17. This is one of the ones I needed to fill that run. Highlander, there can be only one. Here we are. And I was mentioning Dark Horse earlier, and a lot of the early Star Wars Dark Horse books were done. The cover art was done by Dave Dorman, who actually done this. And I have a print of Dave Dorman. I've had it for years that I've got printed. It's signed by him. I got it off QVC of all places, and got it framed over there in my here in my office. And so this was good, and I needed this. Only lack a few books, and I just randomly come across these, usually in dollar bins. And once I get the run, a good run of it, I will read it. I've read the Highlander from IDW, but I haven't read the Dynamite stuff yet. Then we got the Avengers 24. Welcome to the Avengers, Rogue. Hope you survive. This is, of course, an homage to when she joined the X-Men. This is a Walt Simonson cover. This is a Rogue cover. This is an homage cover. And, of course, that Hope You Survive little cliche line has been used with Havoc and several other of the X-Men in particular. But, yeah, so that's why I picked it up. And I was getting that other stuff from him, too, so it worked out. All right, then we got some 12-cent goodness with Batman 167. Batman 167. So got some goodness there. And so on that note with my Batmans, I have got a huge Batman key coming up. Of course, I'll be dropping a video after I get back from vacation about that. And I've got several that I like to collect my stuff organically. The Batman's a little more difficult just simply because it's older, a lot older. You're not talking, I mean, I'm almost out of the Silver Age stuff. So I have some of them have not come in yet, but I have purchased and have Batman 151 forward. Batman 151 forward. So, and I've got some of the older ones here too, and one of them is in the early part of the 100s. And again, it's a big key. It is a cool key. Hint, hint. And it's one of Batman's major villains. It's the only villain I did not have the first Silver Age appearance of. Some of the Golden Age, especially people like Joker, Catwoman. I don't know that I'll ever get those, but all the Silver Age appearances anyways. But tell me what you think in the description below about these pickups, about the new comic books. Are you picking up any of those issues? Did you disagree with me? Am I missing out on something new comic book wise that I need to be picking up and reading? Let me know in the comments down below. As always, I do appreciate anybody, whether you're a member or not, taking the time to watch videos like this. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. And we do videos like this where new comic book day, unboxings from mail calls, comic hauls where I go out there to the comic shops, mystery boxes, comic book auctions, etc. on this channel. So hopefully by the end of my ramblings today, if you're not already subscribed, you will go ahead and hit that subscribe button and bell notification. So when the videos like this drop ever so randomly in the future, you will be one of the first people to know and can watch it if you choose to. So smash that like button as we get out of here. Until next time, keep reading, keep collecting. Adios.